Egypt can produce affordable, nutritious products while lowering production costs. Ultimately, this strategy enhances food security, generates jobs, and strengthens economic resilience in the face of global supply disruptions.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Many thanks for staying with us. As we are speaking now, updating you on the latest in the energy markets, which have been rattled really by this Iranian-American-Israeli war. Brent crude is now trading at $103.15, $103.15. We are here with Dr. Amr Hilal, the former staff member of the Faculty of Pharmacy at Cairo University and the former member of the National Drug Committee here in Egypt. Now, Dr. Hilal, energy markets, fertilizer markets, grain markets, currency markets, they have all been rattled by this war. Your overview of the danger the world economy, the regional economy, and the local economy face from this war.
Thank you for introducing me in this episode, and I wish this current war will end sooner or later, but to be sooner. But
amen.
Yes, and I hope our president is doing a very good job in this regards.
Egypt is the main mediator with Turkey and
yes,
and
this is
Pakistan.
what is seen, but I think there is a lot of unseen activities and job done by our president and the team. Inshallah, it will be done nicely. But besides that, for each war, in any part of the world, either you are close to it or you are far from it, everybody is affected by this war, especially if it is related to something very crucial like the oil, which is not only for the engines but for the chemicals, for the agriculture, for the fertilizers, for everything. So you can imagine Thailand and Japan and China and Korea, they are very far from the core of the war, but they are very much affected.
Because they get most of the oil from the Strait of Hormuz.
Yes.
And many other commodities.
I think most of the audience realize that it is not only the oil for the engines, but the oil and the petrochemical are affecting a number of industries. Let us say that from the natural gas, a huge amount of fertilizers are produced. Now what will happen? What will be the productivity of the land if there is no fertilizers? It will be lowered.
Yes, it will decrease.
And if the agriculture is affected that way, suppose that it is affected by 20%.
Then food prices would increase by 20%.
And the number of hunger or the level of hunger will increase.
Already many countries in Africa, and especially in sub-Saharan Africa, are suffering from this.
Even in Egypt here, we are importing a lot of our food. I know, and everybody knows, that the government is doing their best to increase the agriculture and cultivation of wheat, but still we are the biggest importer of wheat grain and corn grains and soya grains for the poultry. So if this is affected on the long run, you know, when there is a cut of the gas and you open it after 1 month, for example, it might need 5 months to restore the previous. So we should be prepared and do our best to pass through this. And this is, in my opinion, will need the gathering of the whole nation to overcome this hurdle. This is not meaning that for this war we need only the soldiers and the fighters. This is very much needed. They are our heroes. This is right. But also we need the gathering of the scientists to find a solution for our problems. We need the gathering of our workers to know that we will be facing a very big challenges in the very big near future. It will need our youth to realize that we are facing a challenge. If we pass through it, and we will pass inshallah through it,
Inshallah.
but this will need the gather of the whole Egyptians, the mighty Egyptians. These mighty Egyptians starts from a child in his school up till the top of our country, our president. So we should all gather to pass this hurdle.
And again, Egypt is working very hard, a main mediator along with Pakistan and Turkey to try to bring this war to an end. And Cairo has even offered to host the talks here between the Americans and the Iranians. So we all, I guess the whole world should be praying for peace, just like that would be the natural drive. Pray for peace. Yes. Now, Dr. Hilal, what about your industry? I mean, the pharmaceutical industry. How will it be affected by this turbulence in energy markets, fertilizer markets, and other markets?
Every active ingredient will be affected. Suppose that Egypt is importing some of the raw materials, then the raw materials need electricity, the production of it needs electricity, the shipping of it needs transportation. All of this will be affected. So hopefully, I know in advance that there is some stock in Egypt, security stock of the active material. So within the 2 or 3 months, I assume there will be no problem. But hopefully this will not last for a longer time, and this will bring us another challenge. We are importing a very big number of products, either beverage or food or something like that. So can we develop something not only to replace, but will be more healthy and will be a very big source of income to the country? This is something I think we can do it in a very proper way.
Absolutely, and perhaps the intensified focus of the president and the government on localization of the industry. We're hearing this term now again, day in and day out, and even on Wednesday, the president had met with top government officials, emphasized the importance of localization and industrial localization specifically. Now, Dr. Hilal, waste materials, this is our main topic here for tonight. How can we turn them into a source of wealth? But please, before you do answer that question, we always hear terms like prebiotic, probiotic, postbiotic. First of all, introduce us to these terms, and then we'll delve together into how can we make waste management a source of wealth.
Thank you for this question, and I hope I can answer it in a nice and easy way to make it very, to prepare to the idea of making wealth out of our food residues and waste. But let us assume the following, that there is a factory, and the factory needs raw material to come. The workers should do their job on these raw materials, and there is a products that produced from this factory. So now let us assume that our gut, the large intestine, this is the factory. Who are the workers inside? The workers inside are bacteria and the microorganisms, very tiny microorganisms, but believe it or not, they are doing a fantastic job, and maybe they are responsible for the good health of the body. And most of us don't know the importance of it, but they are the maestro of our gut, and they are related very to the longevity of the human being. So let us again come back to the pre and the pro and post. So the workers are the probiotic. This is the factory in our gut. The workers inside are the bacteria. These are the bacteria are the probiotic. Now the material that entered to the gut are fibers which are called prebiotic. So the raw material coming to the gut are the prebiotic, where these probiotic, which are the bacteria and the other microorganisms, live on it and convert it into easily absorbable active material, which are very, very important for the health of the human being. Then after they eat, let me say it this way, after they eat these fibers and these prebiotic, they produce other things which we called it the postbiotic. These postbiotics are absorbed by the gut, and they are very much responsible for the antioxidant, the anti-inflammatory, the anti-aging, if you can say that. So the prebiotic are the material entering our body. The probiotic are the bacteria and the microorganisms, and the postbiotic are the products coming out of from this factory.
Great. Many thanks for that detailed, clear analogy. Now, Dr. Hilal, why agri-waste? I mean, why do you think that waste materials can be a source of wealth? Is this a new trend? Is this an old trend? And in Egypt, I mean, what are the advantages that we have in this area?
We are in a business episode, so let us talk in it in a business way.
Please.
The total market of beverages is more than 150 billion US dollar all over the world. It is very big number. What are beverages? These are things that we drink after meals or whatever it is. It can be...
That's per year, right?
Per year.
$150 billion per year. Okay.
Now, without mentioning names, it can be carbonated beverages with the like that one, either it is a brown one or colorless one or yellow one. It is have no effect on the health at all. Maybe they have adverse effect. The market share is very, very big. So the supply...
Well, that seems to be a safe estimate, because when you divide the 150 billion by the some 8 billion population of the world, then it's almost $20 per person per year. So that's a very safe estimate for the business. It could be even... it could expand. Yeah.
But these are the data that we have.
Right.
Again, we are in a business episode, so let us think about how we can do something in that. So we are talking about the carbonated soda, totally not healthy. Now, even the healthy juices, they are very healthy. Nobody can discuss about something like that. But still, there is a high sugar, and not necessarily the active material. We are talking about, for example, orange juice. Orange juice is very nice, very healthy, but maybe the amount of orange juice or the healthy products in the juice that we have is not that big. Now we have something new in the world, and sometimes we should be also proud of our scientists. Sometimes the Egyptian scientists are very clever. They have their own site, they have their own forecast, and they have the knowledge how to make use of what we have. This is the best thing that we are talking about. So let us think that we have the carbonated, the juices, and what we call it functional beverage. What is meant by functional beverage? That this is something...
The soft drinks?
Not the soft drinks. These are drinks containing bioactives that are very important for the human health. Either it is anti-inflammatory or antioxidant, or as I told you before, some functional beverages are good for the liver, for the diabetic. All of these are functional. They are not drugs.
Okay.
They help and functionally in our body. So now how we can do something in that? If we can see that the total agriculture export from Egypt maybe 4 to 8 million
Billion.
billion, sorry, of course, yeah, billion US dollar, then we can have the same or maybe more from these functional beverages. We have the following. Maybe your audience might be astonished of what I am talking about, but let us talk about pomegranate, for example. Everybody likes pomegranate, but what we are doing with pomegranate? We have the seeds, we have the juice, enjoy the red, and it's very nice. But we throw away the peel.
Most of the people do, but some do keep it, by the way. Obviously, they do know some secrets.
It is the bioactives in the peels are much, much bigger than the juice itself. But this needs some science. What I'm talking about, it contains, what I'm talking in the whole episodes about some chemical without doing some deep, we are talking about phenolic compounds, like I'm not going to say to go in science, but these are the polyphenols that are very rich in all the item or the waste material or the agricultural residue that I am talking about.
Yes.
These polyphenols in the peel are not free. I mean, they are very stuck to the peel. So we do a process, what we call it fermentation, where we have the powdered peel together with some baker yeast, the very safe yeast. This yeast break the linkage between these polyphenols and the peel itself.
Is the process expensive?
No, not that expensive at all.
Okay, good.
It needs some adjustment, and after having these polyphenols, we give it to these polyphenols are the prebiotic. We give it to the workers, to the probiotic, where they will give us the postbiotic. These are the very big advantage of these functional.
And this is how we can have an added value.
Much, much added value. Let us say that 1 ton of pomegranate peel, this is wasteless. This is no cost at all, just for the transportation and dry. Suppose that it is $20 US. This can, for 1 ton, can give us 250 of the kilograms of polyphenol, and this can produce more than 4 million bottles of a very effective antioxidant bottle. And what I'm talking about is known on the lab scale. And each bottle has antioxidant effect like 1,000 milligram of vitamin C. So you can imagine what we can have from this peel. We don't have only pomegranate. Pomegranate is cultivated in a very big amount in Egypt, in
You
Libya.
mentioned oranges,
We are talking about orange peels. This has another type of polyphenol. So what we are talking about a number of waste material that are produced in a very huge amount in Egypt, and we can, by a simple process, simple I mean it is not very complicated, by a simple process to have a very functional material to be formulated into a functional beverage. I may told you before that I already have my PhD from Japan, and in Japan there is some beverage of about 100 milliliter. Most of the workers, most of the students, most of the bank staffs and some, they have drink it every morning, for it is known to be very effective. What is nice is that what we are talking about is known. We are just making use of our waste material, which can be the following. We talked about the pomegranate. Also, there is orange peels. We are talking about 30 million tons of waste material. You can imagine
30 million tons.
tons. We are talking about, as I told you, the orange peels, the pomegranate. Now we have the tomato peels, the most effective things, which is called the lycopodium, very important one. We are talking about olive leaves. Olive leaves are just cut and thrown away and maybe burned. We have in Egypt 100 million tree of olive tree. During the pruning of the trees, there is the olive trees, which is the richest source of bioactives. You know, the activity of the olive oil is due to some chemical, some functional materials, oleurobiene and other things, which are very rich in the olive leaves. We are talking about the lemon tree leaves, we are talking about guava leaves. All of these are produced in Egypt in a very big amounts, and we are doing, I am not saying that this is something that we are going to do. This is supported by the Academy of Science, the country, and collaboration between Faculty of Agriculture, Cairo University, Faculty of Pharmacy, and a number of research institutes that are going to do the pilot of these functional beverages. And then later on, what I am expecting, we will be the first country in Egypt to produce two things, maybe three things. The first one is the functional beverage. The second one is the raw material of the polyphenols to be exported. And the third thing, this is something not yet we can sure that we can do it. We cooperate with two international entities, one in China, who are very specialized. You know, for each material there is a special probiotic. So hopefully we can cooperate with this Chinese entity, and also we are cooperating with some European projects, where a project which is called Seeds and funded, supported by the Egyptian, you know, there is a platform between the Mediterranean countries which is called the Prima. So the Seeds project, we are going to do something very unique. Hopefully this will be unique, where we will have a functional beverage from fermented barley fortified with protein. This is already done at the lab scale, and hopefully within few months we'll have the first functional protein, high protein barley beverage.
You know, we really commend your efforts and your vision, Dr. Hilal, and listening to you, I think we can understand where the wealth can come from. I mean, 30 million tons of waste. So that can be translated into lots and lots of money.
And jobs, and exports, and the source. We are in the area in the time of war. And in the time of war, everybody has to do his best to benefit the country. So the scientists should do their best, the business people should do their best, and doing the best is not only by doing what they are used to do for tens of years, but to develop something unique that will ensure for...
Absolutely, absolutely. Just one final question. How much distance have we covered in this ambitious, huge project?
I think within 6 to 12 months from now, we will have... This is not an easy. We have to do it in a professional way, and we have to register the product with the authority, the Food Safety, NAFSA, National Food Safety Authority, so as when we are going to sell something, it should be done in a proper way. So when we are talking now, the lab scale is done, but now we are going to shift to the pilot, register, and this will need a huge marketing, and maybe in the next episode I'll bring to you samples and we'll drink it together.
Inshallah. Thank you very much. Dr. Amr Hilal, a real ambitious project turning Egypt's waste into a source of wealth. I mean, we really commend you and wish you success. Dr. Amr Hilal, the former staff member of the Faculty of Pharmacy, Cairo University, and the former member of the National Drug Committee here in Egypt.
Thank you.
Again, many thanks for coming to us on this rainy, stormy night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching us. Please stay with Nile TV. In 4 minutes from now, another Nile News update will come your way. Don't go away.